Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to What the Mutfak, the show that will keb up your life. Today, we're going to film an equipment video about one of the most important things of a Turkish kitchen, the zırh. So, what is a zırh and why do you need one? Now, a zırh is, as you see, it's a knife, but it's not any knife. It's a knife that is highly specialized. It's only made to mince meat and nothing else. It is a pure mincing knife. Now, they are typically hand-forged by blacksmiths from leaf springs, mostly from locomotives or really heavy equipment. They are extremely sharp. Be really careful when you handle them. They are made from really high carbon steel and you can go into freak accidents really fast. So be really careful, especially around children. Store them, have a leather sheath for them if necessary. I don't have mine, but I store them under lock. So this is very important. They are ultra sharp. You can shave yourself with them. Now, stainless versions of the zırh exist, but they're not as good. These ones, the carbon steel ones, are gonna hold the edge much longer and are gonna remain ultra sharp. Another very important point of the zırh is that it's a convex knife. It has no bevel. It is more akin to a saber or a sword. The whole knife cuts and the weight is distributed on the whole knife, which by the way makes honing a little bit more complicated. There is a technique to hone them. You need to stabilize your knife and use the honing steel. You will need to follow the convex curve when honing. This is a skill that will be acquired with time, but eventually you'll acquire it. Now, a lot of you are gonna tell me that I can do that same thing with my very sharp cleaver. No, cleavers cannot replace it. It's not the same. A cleaver will crush the meat on some point. Even this, if you use it like this, it's gonna crush. What you need to do when you use this is use it in a swing and rock motion, not just a rocking motion. Very important. I have two of them in my household since quite some time. This one, I got it in college 24 years ago. And this one, it's around 6 years old. Needless to say, both of them are still very sharp. Another very important detail about your zırhs is that they are made from high carbon steel. They rust really easily. You have to keep them oiled. Apply some oil at the end of your mincing after washing it. Dry it thoroughly, apply some oil, and then only put it away. Now, on every zırh, the center of mass is centered around mid-blade. Because these are made for rocking and thrusting and mincing meat and only mincing meat, this will not be an easy to maneuver knife. For example, on normal knives, the center of mass will be close to the handle, so you can swing it with your wrist. In this one, it's mid-blade. What does that mean? Well, it would make it really lousy for home defense, but other than that, you cannot use it, for example, to chop and dice stuff. That would make it really hard. Now, stainless steel versions exist. Some of them are okay, but generally nothing replaces the carbon steel ones. I've used both in my life and I'm very happy with the carbon steel ones. They keep the edge much longer. Some professionals prefer stainless steel ones. I personally do not. This requires a little more care, but in the long run, this will stay with you forever. You will pass it on to your children and so on. There is only one viable alternative to the zırh for mincing kebabs. It is the double knife technique. This is the technique that my grandma was using, and this is the technique that is still used in the Turkish city of Mersin. Other than that, most of the south of the country and the southeast of the country and the north of Syria use the zırh. Mersin uses the double knife, and although it will take longer, you will achieve a similar result.